and welcome to Unfiltered Wisdom. Today I'll be telling the story of the eagle, the cat, and the wild sow, which is one of Aesop's fables and also one of my favourites. For those not familiar with Aesop, he was a Greek storyteller born around 620 BC, and he's known for his fables and morality tales that have been passed down from generation to generation over thousands of years. This particular fable is as relevant today as it was back then. So let's take a look at the eagle, the cat, and the wild sow. Once, an eagle made her nest at the very top of a high oak tree and laid her eggs, and soon the baby eaglets hatched. Meanwhile, a cat had found a convenient hole in the middle of the trunk of the tree and made it a home and gave birth to her kittens. At the same time, a wild sow, seeking shelter for herself and her piglets, found a hollow at the foot of the tree and moved in. Now, the cat was cunning. One day she climbed up to the top of the tree and whispered to the eagle, "Hey, friend, we're in trouble." The eagle immediately sat up alarmed. "Why so?" she asked the cat. "Do you see that sow digging up the earth each day?" said the cunning cat. "Her plan is to dig until the tree falls. Then she and her babies will eat up our helpless little babies. That's her plan." The poor eagle believed the cat. She believed the cat because she was fearful for her babies and for their safety. And she decided that she would stand guard over her nest day and night so that the wild sow and her piglets would not eat them. The cat then crept down to the sow and whispered, "Hey, friend, you must listen to me. Your children are in grave danger. Do you see that eagle up there in the top of the tree? That one there watching you?" The sow looked up, and indeed the eagle was watching her intently, although she didn't know at the time that the eagle was just watching to make sure that the sow wasn't coming for her babies. The cunning cat continued, "She's waiting for you to leave and go in search of food. Then she's planning to snatch your piglets away and feed them to her babies." The sow, hearing this, was absolutely terrified and decided that she must stay with the babies at all times and never leave them alone to become eagle food. Now the cat, feeling very pleased with herself, now that she'd achieved her aim, went back to a cosy little hole and snuggled up with the kittens. That night she went out in search of mice and other food, being very careful not to be seen by the eagle and the sow, and carried that food back for her kittens. And with their little tummies full, they slept well. They slept through the rest of the night and the next day. Some days and nights passed in this way. The eagle and sow would not leave their children for even a second, not even to hunt for food, because the cat had planted those little seeds of fear. The fear that the other would steal their babies and eat them. And that fear had grown and grown, just as the cat had planned. And whilst the cat went out secretly every night to search for food for herself and her babies, the eagle and the sow and their children grew weaker and weaker until finally, very sadly, they all died of hunger, providing the cunning cat and her kittens with an almighty feast. And the moral of this tale? It's simply to be careful about who and what you believe. It's a lesson, maybe, for the gullible and the foolish, that somebody who speaks with a forked tongue doesn't always have your best interests at heart, and that they are usually only looking out for themselves. The end. Thanks to anybody that's dropped by to listen today. If you like this tale, please like and subscribe for future fables. And I'd love to know what you thought of this fable. Is it just as relevant today as it was back then? And maybe it's more so in a world of social media where anybody can have a platform. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd also love to hear what your favourite fables and tales are, whether they be the more obscure and unusual or the old classics. So till next time, take care. In a bit.